Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. To the Hbar holders, appreciate all the love. Let's talk about what's happening right now as of recording this update going into Monday morning. So looking across the board, we're seeing a sea of red. A lot is happening specifically, with Bitcoin. And, of course, when Bitcoin is, at the focal point in terms of, paying attention to it. Obviously, if that is the reason why the broader market is going down, we know that, it's not a major surprise. But as we are starting off a week, Bitcoin is pulling down right now, sitting at $112,000 right now. You guys know the significance of that range. But looking at the price of Hbar, down 3% in USD compared to with the price currently sitting at 24 cents. And also down about 0.3% in Bitcoin compared to valuation $10.3 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at about 356.6 million. So one thing I want to start off by saying is that the 24-hour trading volume has gone up a little bit compared to yesterday, but we also need to keep in mind the future numbers, do increase, especially when you are seeing quite a bit of volatility within the markets. But this week is going to be very interesting to see how we close off the month. The monthly candle close. Let me just actually take a look real quick on my calendar. Just bear with me and we'll literally talk about that. Yeah, so monthly candle close is going to happen on Sunday. So this week is going to be the last, week, of course, before we do see, because CME futures are closed obviously on the weekend. So this week is going to be very critical to see where Bitcoin closes on, Friday. But anyhow, you're looking at about 24 cents right now as far as the price is concerned. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So take a look at the dominance index. Quite a sharp increase for the dominance, as you can see for ourselves. We were at 57.754%. We have seen quite a sharp, increase, 58.19% as of recording this update. And that's something that we don't really want to be overlooking right now as far as the crypto market is concerned. So quite a sharp increase for the dominance, and that explains why we're seeing red. Because of course, like I said earlier in the update, Bitcoin has gone down again. So you can see this for yourself. Bitcoin is sitting right at the neckline of $112,000, and now this time around, I hope you guys are realizing the importance of this key range. I've been talking about the $112,000 pretty much day in day out at this point, pretty much making it clear that if we're below 115K, it opens the door for us to get down to these levels, and right now we are at these levels. But with that being said, obviously if we drop below this key support line, we could see more downside, potentially making our way down to $110,000, which we actually retested almost, not exactly at 110, but we did come very close to that yesterday. But if you're looking at Hbar right now, of course, I know everyone wants to know, where is the price of Hbar? Still consolidating within the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. I'm sure you guys are probably, kind of going back in a few months and, kind of seeing, wait, the price of Hbar still within the 61.8. Why is the price of Hbar still, holding so strong? Because, we're seeing Bitcoin pretty much on the neckline of breaking below and retesting some of the levels we actually haven't seen for a month and a half. And that is all thanks to the dominance index. You want to be thanking the dominance index, for holding around where it is now. It's continuing to show weakness, and that is a good sign for altcoins. In order for us to see a confirmation, you can see this for yourself. We're still intact for this consolidation. You can see this for yourself. We're still in this consolidation phase for Hbar. Yes, obviously we haven't broken out of the key resistance, but we need to keep in mind that the market volatility is a lot recently, and that is going to impact altcoins, including Hbar. But with that being said, you can see this for yourself. We do have significant amount of support around the 23 cents. We've retested a few different times. That is still something I want you guys to keep in mind as our next target. It's about a 3.5% move from where we currently are, and we could see this happening. But the main question now is, do we drop below this consolidation phase that we've been consolidating since July 13th? If we drop below the 22.5 cents, we are open for us to retest this level for the first time since July 13th, which would be quite something, of course. But right now, that itself is not a small move. That should be still around like a 7 or 8% move. So 9% drop. So that would be, Bitcoin would need to drop, quite significantly. Obviously not quite significantly, maybe 3-4% from where we currently are, based off with the way the dominance is holding. So Bitcoin, give or take, should pull down to the likes of maybe 109. So pretty much what we were kind of talking about. So this is how I'm analyzing this right now. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think, and where do you see the price of HBAR going. So far so good, believe it or not. Based off of the market volatility, market conditions, I'm really impressed still with the way HBAR is holding. But we got to obviously keep Bitcoin in a very, very close perspective, and take it from there. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.